I'll show you how to exploit these bots to the fullest and why I got banned doing it with 2 accounts in today's episode. What is going on, fellow brawlers? It is your host Galadon. Now, a couple of things. First of all, I just wanted to go over the Robo-Rumble exploit and exactly how it is done real quickly, okay? You've got 3 characters, ideally a Bull, a Pam, and an El Primo. El Primo, his job is to go out and grab the first few robots that he can, knock them down and charge up his super. And that's exactly what's happening right here. Just trying to get the super charged up with the first few bots that spawn. And then, as soon as he gets that super charged up, he has a special assignment, and then his job is done. All right, so we've got El Primo right here, charged up. He's going to run up towards the top of the map, find this nice thick block of walls right about here, and then just jump and crush his way into the middle of it, and that is it. That is the rest of the battle for the El Primo. Now, the other 2 characters, their job is to protect the safe, and they will only need to do that for a few minutes. Now, if you want to get max rewards, you have to last until 6 minutes and 15 seconds. The absolute longest that this battle can last is 13 minutes and 14 seconds. The reason that this exploit works is because a number of the bots and the bosses, or the boss, will be attracted to the El Primo, but they can't get to him. The reason that the other 2 are still needed for several minutes is because they will need to defend the safe down below off the screen while El Primo lures these other bots in. You can see they spawn, but they can't touch El Primo, so they don't attack. And eventually there is a set limit to the number of bots that will spawn on the map. And if a boss isn't defeated, there will not be additional bosses. So it'll just be the boss and a bunch of bots up there. And that's it. So usually in a 13-minute battle, after 7 or 8 minutes, no more bots spawn down below, and all you have to do at this point is don't get disconnected. The reason I say that is because, well, I mean, you know, it got a little bit hectic down below at one point, and poor El Primo forgot to touch the screen. He forgot to move, and that's when you get disconnected for inactivity. Now, that may have happened to you in the past, when you're playing and you get distracted or you have a Wi-Fi problem. But if it happens several times, well, then you get banned. Now, it sounds worse than it is because it's more of an automatic ban to prevent players from leeching off of other players that are actually trying in these different game modes. In this specific game mode in Robo-Rumble, you get banned because, as it says right here, you're idling or a bad network, so it's telling you, hey, maybe it's not your fault. Maybe you just have a bad internet connectivity because you went under a bridge or something, you never know. So they're trying to be nice. They're not accusing you of cheating. Nonetheless, this is what happened to my El Primo in one of the early attempts at trying to exploit Robo-Rumble. And my El Primo got disconnected permanently throughout the rest of the battle. So it stayed like that while my other account was down protecting the safe. So let's switch real quick to the other perspective. Here we go. So we've got Bull and Pam. That generally seems to be what most players think are the best 2 for protecting the safe area down here. And I think it does work out pretty well. Again, El Primo hiding in the rocks up above, and now Bull and Pam just hang out. They pick up these stragglers, because a certain percentage of the bots will spawn up above and aggro on El Primo and never come down towards the safe. Others will spawn down here that you will have to take out, so there will probably be some damage done to the safe. It's possible, obviously, to do it without, but a little bit comes down to just luck. Luck of the draw, where the bots and where the bosses spawn. Obviously, in this game, you can see the boss spawned up above. You see the skull, you see the red drop. He is way up there, and he is focused on El Primo. So now, Bull and Pam can just hang out, and Cody helped me out here. Obviously, I was playing 2 of the 3 accounts, and it worked out pretty well, except for the fact that El Primo got banned from the battle. He came back, and he did it again. Interesting fact, even though he was banned, at the end of that battle, when you look on my profile, it shows that I survived. It shows that I made it through a 13-minute and 14-second Robo-Rumble, which is the maximum time before the game automatically stops. Again, you can stop after 6 minutes and 15 seconds, max out rewards, do this with your friends every single time, and until the Brawl Stars team decides to fix it, they say that it's fine to exploit the game. It's fine to talk about exploiting the game. And I think that this isn't really cheating in that you're not doing it against other players. I can tell you that if something like this were possible and there was a way for one team to gain an unfair advantage over another team because of an exploit, something like this, that would technically be more like cheating, and that is why you would see an immediate maintenance, and also maybe players would catch temporary bans for doing this. That's never good, but I feel like the stance that Supercell has taken on this is that, well, you're exploiting an error in the code of the game, because obviously this is going to be changed. And so I would say, get out there, do this as quick and as many times as you can until you run out of tickets, and anticipate that in future maps they will change either the range of the bots so that they will come find you even if your teammate is hiding somewhere else, or the way they spawn. Something will be fixed. But this is the cool thing about Brawl Stars and about Clash of Clans, about any game where you get millions and millions of people playing it, and that is, people are going to find a way to play the game other than was intended. And if programmers leave any sort of loopholes, any sort of possible way to get around the rules or the unwritten rules, then players are going to find it every single time. I don't know who exactly it was that found this one. I know that I think that Kairos and Lex probably already made videos on this. Those guys are on top of these things as well. But I wanted to talk about it because I did kind of have an interesting situation. Now, I would imagine it's possible that one player could play all three characters and do this on his own as just one person, because again, as long as you're just occasionally touching the screen on the player that is up there, the El Primo, he's going to be fine. And these two, as you can see here, we're 7 minutes into this battle, and we've reached the point where no more bots are spawning. And that's because they're also, in addition to where they spawn on the map, there is a set number, there is a finite number of robots that can be alive at any given time on the screen. It looks like it is around 12 to 16, somewhere in that range. And we can look here in just a moment, because I'll show you the end of this battle, what it looks like from two different perspectives. We'll take a look at, as we run up, I'm going to take my character and run up towards the top and see where El Primo is at the end of this battle. And then we'll also watch other characters run up to me when I'm playing El Primo at the end of the battles. So let's go ahead and fast forward this battle all the way down to the final 30 seconds or so. And just out of curiosity's sake, I wanted to see what was going on up there. So I waited just to make sure that they wouldn't have time to come down and kill the safe. And sure enough, here are all the bots and the boss hanging out. You can see there is El Primo. Immediately I get wiped out. They chase after my partner, and luckily he doesn't let them get to the safe. We run out of time. It stops, you can see, at 13:13, interesting number, but gives you credit for 13:14. And again, that is the maximum time. All right, so let's go ahead and check out another battle. This time, watch El Primo as he's going to run up to the top, and then we will fast forward through most of the battle. But you can see as the bots are spawning down below, here comes El Primo. He runs up, he's got a bot. Bot's going to chase him down. He is going to go ahead and make his little hole right there and hang out. And then we fast forward it. We watch as the bots accumulate around him. Notice how they'll spawn, but they know they can't get to him, so they really don't move unless he moves around. And eventually, they are all up here. No more bots are going to spawn. The players down below can just hang out, relax, wait for time to run out, and everybody will pick up the record. And again, it doesn't matter that you go past 6 minutes and 15 seconds unless you just want that on your profile for it to say 13 minutes and 14 seconds. But again, I can't promise you that when they fix this exploit, they might decide to reset everybody's timers, knowing that probably thousands, if not tens of thousands or more players have figured this out, have gone out and done this, and they would rather keep that number realistic. I don't know. Otherwise, it'll kind of be a cool little badge for, hey, I was an early adapter of Brawl Stars and I figured out how to exploit the game when it was broken. Either way, it's kind of a little fun thing to do. Let me know if you try it out. Let me know if you've done something else down in the comments, and maybe I can feature you in a future video. Thank you again for watching, hanging out all the way to the end, and I hope to see you all back here again tomorrow for more big brawls.